It is not real. We don't have white fatigue. It is only the black people that have white fatigue. It is only the black folks. Oh, if you're saying we have white fatigue, that means you guys too also have black fatigue. Welcome to Black Fatigue Ranked episode 2.2, where we explore and diverse why these people can never leave their fatigue alone, even if you like. Pray and fast for them, take them to churches, let them do deliverance on their head, take them to prophet and prophetess, let them see vision for them. This thing is already inbuilt. They have it already. They cannot even leave it, but every single time they go to our black people's comment section to express their fatigue. And in this video, I'll show you what exactly happened to a particular black man, how they were actually expressing their fatigue on this particular series. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, with that being said, let's dive right into this video and I'll be back with commentaries.
White people have co-opted the word black fatigue to mask racism and say racist and prejudiced tropes about us online. I figured I'd make a video to describe my white fatigue, my white malaise, my white exhaustion. FYP shows you what you're looking for. So if you're saying you're opening TikTok and all you're seeing is brawls and fights of black people, look within. Because why are you searching for us? Why are you monitoring us? You guys have the biggest monitoring spirits of life. If you're so tired of us, just leave us alone. I'm tired of white criminals. White people commit 70% of the crimes and arrests in this country. No such thing as black on black crime. You guys created that to continue to paint us as savages. Meanwhile, you guys are the ones committing all the crime. I'm tired of kids not being safe in school because people are being shot by white boys and girls in school. I'm tired of mass shootings in public places. I'm tired of bombers blowing up races, blowing up buildings. White people killing people. I'm tired of white serial killers. I'm tired of you guys praising white serial killers and then glorifying them by making movies and TV shows. White men committing crime and not going to jail. Stealing money from people's grandparents and stealing money from citizens and then you give them more and more. I'm tired of you guys causing the conditions for people not to be developed around the world or undeveloped and then label them as third world countries, second world countries, and then blame them for the reason that they're not developed, even though you're the reason they're not developed. I'm tired of being exposed to food that's been seasoned with air and imagination because these cows and chickens didn't have to die for no reason. I'm tired of Karens not minding their own business, and then when confronted about the business they didn't mind, then they have white tears, which then cause harm to white bodies, which then predicates police brutality, which you guys are the ones that perpetrate. So I'm tired of the fact that your grandparents and your great-grandparents caused the conditions for black people to live in ghettos, black people not to own homes, black people not to have access to education, access to funds and programs, and then blame us for living in the ghetto, and then blame us for the violence that we are subject to, and then blame us for the conditions that we live in. Wow. Story after story of teachers having inappropriate relationships with their teenage students. Tired of the white hoods and KKK and the neo-Nazis, some which just got attacked in Ohio because they felt entitled to be openly racist. Really confused and tired about those rock concerts where you guys go ahead and beat each other up, but we're savages. Very savage, uncouth ghetto behavior. Beating each other up for fun at concerts. Tired of the opioid crisis. I'm tired of white middle-class men who are criminals who all they care about is the bottom line, and they willingly put drugs into the system which kill kids and which kill college students. Wow. I'm tired of seeing overweight people in my 600-pound life not doing anything with themselves and living off the government. I'm tired of white people being the largest recipients of welfare in this country and DEI programs. I'm tired of the history that you guys created in this country, to the point where my parents are the first people in my family that integrated schools. My parents are the first people in my family that had full rights. Not even my mother. Sorry, my dad was maybe. And you guys acting like it's not real. That's what I'm tired of. Have a beautiful day, white folk. White people have co-opted black fatigue so they can spew hate and racist things towards us online. So I made a part 1 of this video and there was a few fragile white men in my comments. So I said, you know what? Let me make a part 2 because the list is actually endless. Do you know how juvenile and lazy it is to say you have fatigue of an entire race of people and you're saying it with your whole chest online? The jokes also write themselves because in true fashion, you colonize a term that already exists and try to repackage it like it's your own because black fatigue is an actual thing. But let's dive in. Telling us that slavery was so long ago and we should forget about it when my parents literally were the first people in my family born with full rights. Not my mom, because she's a woman. Tired of the media making the actions of one black or brown person represent the entirety of the groups when a white man can go shoot up a black church and be fed Burger King after. being the highest perpetrators of shoplifting, but we're the ones that are followed in stores, we're the ones that are questioned, and we're the ones that are stopped when white middle-class women steal the most. I'm tired of cults, the KKK, the Proud Boys, the neo-Nazis, the militias, who work 10 times as hard and be the best in the room, but missing out on opportunities, being 10 times better than you, but being compared to mediocrity like Beyonce versus Taylor Swift. Criminalizing black women's natural hair and then doing things like wear braids that black women wear, but say, but Vikings wore the braids, or try to make fun of women for wearing wigs when you criminalize their hair for the past 500 years so that things like the perm exist. Consistently telling us to pick ourselves up by our bootstraps when all of your grandfathers came back from the war and got handouts from the government. The majority of the white middle class exists because of handouts and welfare. Meanwhile, we weren't allowed to benefit from being war veterans because we're black. Then you tell us things like redlining isn't real, that gerrymandering isn't real, and that we're just all American. As if race doesn't matter. White fragility and white tears. Karens who called the police on black people for existing, like doing things like barbecuing in the park or sitting outside of our own homes. Destroying our cities when your team loses or conversely wins a game, meanwhile calling us thugs and looters for when we protest when black people are murdered on camera. White men who think the world revolves around them and that we owe them something. Being subjected to food made from fruit, jello, and cheese, and everything comes out of a can. Cultural appropriation versus appreciating. Cosplaying black people, wearing our clothes, wearing our style, taking our music, taking our dances, repackaging it, and then trying to sell it to the general public like you came up with it. Consistently making yourselves the victim after we experience police brutality, recorded on phones, killing people consistently, and then saying, Blue Lives Matter. All lives matter, reinforcing the fact that black lives doesn't matter because what you guys are professional gaslighters. I'm exhausted that Law & Order SVU is real and based off real stories because white men can't be trusted to be alone with kids or women. Tired of Ponzi schemes existing and being the status quo and these guys never being charged or arrested, and things like Firefest can go have a round 2. Voting against basic human rights and then having the privilege to say, I regret my vote, I regret being MAGA. Policing of women's bodies while condoning violence against women. Your grandparents who participated in burning down of black establishments, black villages, and black towns when black people made money during segregation, leading to a decline in black wealth. Gentrification of black neighborhoods, black culture, black style, black music, and black dances, and then profiting from it. Villainizing black people when no other race has committed more harm and atrocities around the world to men, women, and children. So you guys can continue to deflect and hold yourselves unaccountable for all the things we're saying. You can continue to live in a world where you believe black people shouldn't exist and don't matter, and you can continue to live with the cognitive dissonance that you do not exude racism out of your body. Have the day you deserve, white folk. White people are using black fatigue to be racist online. I put out 3 videos describing my white fatigue, and then I said I was going to be done. But you guys just can't leave me alone. And since you're so fatigued, be fatigued enough to get off my page and stay out of our business, but you can't even do that, can you? The best thing about the responses of this video is that everything you're saying is a projection. You want to talk about people who glorify criminals. Let's talk about how there's over 133 films, documentaries, and shows fawning over white serial killers, mass murderers, and men who commit SA. How many white criminals have fan clubs? Tired of the privilege you have to come online and say you're tired of us when majority of white people don't live within proximity of black people. Ergo, you're looking for us or you're not minding your business. Just leave us the fuck alone. Repackaging things minorities make and saying you discovered it like Columbus. Mexicans with agua fresca, calling it spa water. Cornrows as the Kardashian braids. Sticky bangs as edges. Black moisturizing, what my grandma told me to do, as slugging. Using and co-opting our lingo like fuck around and find out. Dead ass, mind you, all while trying to label it Gen Z TikTok lingo. Creating the condition for an entire generation of black kids without fathers by creating the war on drugs, by pumping drugs into the communities and then heavily policing black men, all whilst giving white men lesser charges for the same crimes. Me and my first cousins being the first people on my mom's side of the family to be born with full rights in this country because they're a woman and my mom was born when segregation ended. But because she's a woman, she didn't have rights in this country. Recruiting women and children into cults and then making them harm themselves. The media holding one black or brown person responsible for the entire group, but a white boy being able to be a lone wolf or very smart or kept to himself after committing a mass shooting or essaying a woman. Your grandfathers received assistance after the war. They received government assistance after the war to buy homes, which created in mass the current day white middle class. At the same time, that same GI Bill wasn't available to black veterans because why? racism. And what did that prevent? That prevent black veterans from buying homes, having access to healthcare, having access to education, having access to employment, which further put black people where? In the ghetto. Wearing native costumes and wearing blackface, and then when you get caught doing it, you say, oh, it was just a fun little costume. Painting all black people as criminals when white on white crime is the highest amount of crime committed in this country. Walking around in public like you own the sidewalk and that you are the police and able to police people's actions. Newsflash, you're not the managers of the world. Looking at us and saying, go back to where you came from when my ancestors have been here longer than your Swedish or German ancestors were even a thought. Karens with bobs, actively seeking out victimization from black and brown people when we mind our business. White people being the highest users of pressed pills, cocaine, powders, shrooms, heroin, crack, but then we are the ones that get associated with said behavior. Middle-aged men designing drugs and pumping drugs into systems, into middle-class neighborhoods, into lower-class neighborhoods, into high-class neighborhoods, causing and perpetuating the opioid crisis that we're currently going through. White men producing 75% of the content that floats around the world that includes underage children. Lastly, white people in this country being the biggest narcissists with the highest rates of cognitive dissonance to ignore your history and ignore the conditions that you created for us to be who we are, for Latinos to be who they are, for Asians to be who they are, for brown people to be who they are, for gay people to be who they are, for trans people to be who they are, and then blame us for it. So once again, if you're so tired of me and my people, stay the fuck out of my comments and stay away from me. Have the day you deserve. Stay blessed to everybody else who's not racist. And just a sidebar, for all the white people in these comment sections, you have been a blessing. And the fact that you know and you understand and you can identify that these videos are not about you says that we have come a long way as a people. And it's up to you guys to really drive this message home to your fellow kinfolk, because nothing I said is not factual, and people get their feelings hurt because they've been sold this lie for so long that, like I said, you guys are here and we're down here. And anything that's said to white people that they don't like, they call it racist. And I'm like, it's not racist. Nothing I said is racist. It's just facts. Ciao.
Peace and enlightenment, peace and enlightenment. Hey, how y'all doing? Appreciate the support for many of y'all who show support and want to be enlightenment on some kind of enlightenment in some form of truth. But anyhow, I have to say something pertaining to this narrative that's going around called the black fatigue. I am coming from basically white people, all right? And understand this, white people and any other people that feel they have black fatigue. First of all, I don't believe that any white person in America, based on what this country is built on, which is racism, ain't in no moral position to be saying anything about black fatigue. I don't care that you see a black person arguing. I don't care you see a black person being there. First of all, that mentality that these black people today in America, us foundational black Americans, is using today is a form of the white fatigue. Okay? The white fatigue has created these ghettos. The white fatigue has created this atmosphere or this environment of racism that's circulating through other races who shouldn't even be racist towards black Americans. Okay, so how are you in a moral position to talk about black fatigue? You created it. Your people created it. And I'm not talking about all white people who that's on this, but at the same time understand this fact. I may speak for Americans as a whole, but I definitely gonna speak up for my people. Okay, and yes, my people is in a messed up condition, but it's due to the racist positions that they put my people in, that frustrated my people throughout all these years, that got them to the point where we can't even get along with ourselves. We have a lot of issues based on white racism in its institutions and his systemic racism that's affecting not only black people but other races as well. Okay, so all this white black fatigue shit is a waste of time. I don't even really, black people, my people in America, you have a right to have black fatigue. because while we're trying to unify and get ourselves together, we got so many of our own that's still out there on that negative train of stupidity and ignorance and hate, self-hate. Okay, we understand what's going on with our people, okay, white people, and it's not your job to get up here and say, I'm having white fatigue. I mean, you better fix this goddamn country. Your racism created all the things that exist in this country, okay? Black people are frustrated, tired of every time we trying to do something. Y'all got some kind of system that knock us down, especially the black man. Every time we trying to approach something for a positive way, y'all got some negative stuff to add to it, or somebody to hinder it, or some kind of ignorant sellout black fool, boule fool that's gonna stagnate us. Along with when it comes to our reparations and stuff. Y'all got us on autopilot to the point where we still self-destructing. And it comes from us having white fatigue. From all the stuff and the stuff we gotta jump through, and we gotta be 3 times better, and we gotta do all these things. We should have white fatigue. Because for one, white fatigue, you looking at, well, we having white fatigue. Let's take niggers away from the equation totally. And what kind of fatigue you will have without your baseball league, your football leagues, and all your other things that makes this country look great, due to the fact that the black people are the most sellable product in America. And I'm talking about all fronts. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't get jealous. Don't get envy. Don't get mad. I'm just telling you what it is. How the hell you gonna have white fatigue, black fatigue? From all the stuff that black folks have taken in this country, all the stuff we have contributed to this country, when you haven't even contributed nothing but hate, racism, and trying to be superior over everything. Who should have a fatigue? We're fatigued of everything we're trying to do. This is why brothers and sisters out there on crazy rants, doing crazy stuff, because the laws that y'all allow to exist in here that hinders our opportunities, that hinders our growth, that hinders our equality in this country is your doing. So it's frustrating when I see my people going through what they're doing. They're mad and doing these things. I know more than what you know. Y'all just seeing it from a distance, but you're not us. You're not getting shot in the back for running from the police. You're not getting injustices like we are, because of your racist attributes and your racist ways and your racist society that supports this system that exists. No, we should have white fatigue. And that's with action. What you're seeing, that you seeing black people doing, that's your people doing. That's your people that created that mind state of that crazy, deranged, lunatic, self-hating, ignorant Negro that you see. And that's no disrespect to my people, but y'all understand where I'm getting at. So don't come on my line trying to tell me, oh, Martin, I don't want to hear none of that. We talking about this. Don't bring up none. We talking about now. So stop supporting this thing, white people, stop trying to be victims of everything when you make victims of the whole damn planet. With your racism, with your dominance of power, yet you still is lusting for. But you're losing that power. So now y'all gotta come with some ways and say, look how they acting. You're creating some kind of, brothers and sisters, do not let this allow you to come to what they're doing. We know why our people doing what they're doing, but I'm not finna agree with them making them think they're some kind of victim because they seeing black people doing the things they do that they don't like. I'm tired of black people. We're tired of you. We're tired of these views of you thinking you some superior. We're tired of your views of you lying about history. We're tired of the stuff where you got the whole world hating the people who are the saviors of this world, hating the people, the inventors of this world, hating the people that the pastors and the spiritual advisors of this world, hating the people that continue to still live in this world without coming at you on a super negative level. That y'all so much fear. Oh, we can't put them in power because they're going to do the same thing to us. That's your white fatigue. That's my white fatigue, if you want to put it that way. I've been watching and checking it out. I don't even expect it to want it to. We need to start Stop letting shit fester and stop it. Only person that can have this type of fatigue is our own people when we see it towards ourselves. I have black fatigue for the stuff I see my people going through based on the whites that created the fatigue that I see my black people is dealing with. You did this. This is white fatigue that black people is having. These are why you have these actions. You have these behaviors. You have these mind states. Because you help create them by stripping things that's natural from our people, my women, our men. You created these things. And it's a white fatigue to me. Even though I push along and give universal advice and stick with the righteous level of things, y'all still find ways to create a negative attribute to something when people trying to fix something. Oh, I'm fatigued. Why are you fatigued? You ain't going through nothing black people going through, so what you fatigued about? You fatigued that you see your power leaving? You fatigued that the world is starting to understand that this ain't nothing, racism ain't nothing but a weak-minded, cowardly mind state? Unnatural mind state? Whoa, black fatigue. Man, skip that. White fatigue is what black folks is dealing with. And what y'all seeing is the actions of your white racist actions and things that you allowed to be in this environment that created these brothers and sisters to have to think and do things like this. So we should be talking about white fatigue. We tired of your racism. We tired of your democratic demon mind state about things. We're tired of things that's unnatural, that does not open the door for us equally with everyone else. Along with it, I'm tired of it's white fatigue, racist Mexican fake fatigue, racist Asian fatigue. We got a lot of fatigues we gotta be doing because all y'all is against us and we ain't done nothing to none of y'all but made it good for majority of you. Understand that. So right now, black folks, let it be known that we got white fatigue is why we dealing what we dealing with it. Peace and enlightenment.
Which one do we say now? No, just mention to me. Which one which one are we going to calculate for them? Because if we start opening their book of Genesis, it will be more than Revelation. It will be more than Revelation. And when you talk about it, they'll be like, it's a lie. We don't have white fatigue. Then to some of them that will not accept that they have white fatigue, they'll not be like, even black people have black fatigue too. Talk about black fatigue. That is what some of them are telling me in my comment section. Talk about black fatigue. Tell me that every single thing that this man mentioned in this video is not right. Tell me that we are not tired of you people committing crimes and rubbing it in our face and saying, oh, it is the black people that actually do that. Tell me that you people literally do commit crime and you people will not pay for it. You will not go for prison for it. But if it is a black folks, every hand on decks. Tell me, which one do we count as black people? For the fact that a lot of them are waking up to be like 70% of people that actually commit crimes are coming from black communities. Sometimes I just look at them and be like, just imagine when Charlie Kirk was on alive and you can see a lot of people coming out to be like, white men fight back, white men fight back, white men fight back. At the end of the day, after screaming white men fight back, white men fight back, it is still their own person. And Charlie's wife came out as a good white lady that she is. And because the guy is actually also a white person, he's not a black person. Oh, I forgave him. Actress General, I forgave him. But let's just assume that reverse is the case, that that person is actually a black guy. By now, maybe they would have crucified him. Tell me which one black people have actually not suffered from. Is it the time of racism, where the discrimination is clear, without anything covering it, where they rub it on our face on a daily basis? Tell me the one that we should mention, and you will tell me that white fatigue is not real. It will still keep being real. What they fear is what we carry. What they fear is what we carry. Because they know that if we unleash what we carry, they can't stand it. They can't debate it on any level. That is why they are so scared. We don't want them to be at the war front. Let them stay back. Now, someone just woke up all of a sudden and be like, I'm calling for what is called Purple Revolution, where the whites and blacks can come together. Let's take the country. Take the country to where? To your own hands as a white man as well. I don't just know. If I keep explaining these people, sometimes I don't know how to like express myself, because if I express myself the way it is burning me inside, I don't just know. Because which one did we not treat? Which one are we not seeing on every single daily basis? Just tell me. Just tell me. Just feel free. Go to the comment section and type. Tell me that every single thing that this guy said is not right. Tell me that this guy is wrong. Tell me that this guy is not even making sense. They cannot. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I stand a chance to be corrected. Educational purpose, right? We do not support any form of fight or violence here. With no further ado, I do like I say in my videos. I'm going to be saying bye now. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.